Mark Anthony. Welcome to our end of day trading update, Tuesday, July 27th. Mercury time price analytics, futures, algorithmic trading for ES futures, NQ, and a whole bunch of big tech stocks. We've got a lot to get to tonight, and whether this is the first of our videos you've seen or whether you tune in regularly, we really ask that you help get these videos out, share them with your friends, post them on social media, put them on Twitter, put them on Facebook. Our videos are being suppressed. Our Twitter feed is being suppressed all across social media. Our product that we have for our subscribers, much of which we like to share with you at no charge, this information is being suppressed, and it's very clear why. These algorithms are mathematically identical to the institutional high-frequency trading algorithms that are running this market, running your stops, taking your money, and it's very clear that they simply don't want this information out there, because this shows you what they're doing, when they're doing it, and how they're doing it. So we're going to come back to this chart, but I just want to point out right here on this screen, if anybody needs any further evidence that these are the most accurate commercially available algorithms, and that these are in fact the same mathematical formulas that the institutions use, irrefutable proof is on the screen right here. Our Mercury bands, now for the S&P 500, we update these at the end of each trading day. We release them to our subscribers for Globex that evening, and those run the entire next day. So when we do them in the evening, those Mercury band levels for ES, for S&P 500, E-mini, those run all night Globex, early morning, and the whole next day session. For NQ, we do it a little bit differently. We do one data run on these algorithms on Sunday afternoon, and we publish a data sheet on our member Slack channel, and it looks just like this. And these are the key levels in NASDAQ for the week. Now notice here, 10,758, 10,515, and we go back to the chart. This is your Monday high. This is your Tuesday low. Your Monday high came within less than one handle of the Mercury band that we published on Sunday, 10,758. And the Tuesday low came within 1 point, one handle. The level was 10,515, the low was 10,514 for something that we published on the weekend. Now, do you think that the market is, I don't want to use the word manipulated, but do you think the market's managed? How could I do this on the weekend and give you the levels that the machines are moving price to and from? Here's another example. Daily bull bear pivot in NQ. We publish this before the day session opens. Before the day session opens. In point of fact, this is run before 8 a.m. So this algo is run over an hour and a half before the market opens. And there is no single trading metric that is accurate, as valuable, or as actionable as our daily bull bear pivot. We put this out for NQ. We put it out for ES, for the E-mini. We put it out for Apple, Microsoft, Facebook, Google, Amazon, the big tech companies. We do this every morning before the market opens. Now, how can you do this every morning before the market opens? And every day, this is the single most important trading metric. You come down to the bull bear pivot, which today was 10,654. You bounce up, you fail, you come up once, a couple of times almost, again and again, almost to the handle. Now, it's one thing to get close if you're talking about the S&P 500 that's trading 3,200 and change. It's another thing to be this accurate when you're talking about something that has a price of over 10,000. I mean, come on. And we do this every day. So again, even if you don't trade for a living, if you know anybody that's a trader, please share this with them. At the end of the video, we'll give you our contact information. In fact, we'll do this right now. Here's our website information, mercurysignals.com. On Twitter, either search for Mark Anthony, Mercury Time Price Analytics, or at MC25. That was my football number, and that's the year I moved to Florida. Stupid me not thinking maybe I should put something that either says Mercury or Mark Anthony in it, but go figure. Email Mark Anthony, mercurysignals.com. All right, now let's look at a couple more charts. This is our automated algo. Now, when you look at a screen that's got all this on it, it may be a little daunting, a little bit intimidating. We give you these algorithmic levels. These are just waypoints or markers or destinations so that you know when price is going up, it's going to move from level to level to level to level. Same thing going down. Well, why do we do that? Well, if you're in a trade, long or short, you don't want to take your profit too soon. You want to try and get as much as you can out of it. These levels let you manage your trade. But you don't have to be a rocket surgeon to figure out how to use this because we've got an automated algo, and it's real simple. And you can see it right here. Proprietary momentum algo changes slope or direction from up, in this case, to down, like an inverted U. And then when the little white volatility dashes or volatility metric, there's two of these on each bar, when they cross over, which always happens secondarily, when they cross down and through, it's a short. When they cross up and through, it's a long. So here you have last Thursday, S&P 500, the trigger was above 3270 short. Here you have Sunday evening, trigger was long, that was about 3208, 3210. Now let's zoom in on this a little bit closer to show you the action more recently. So this is Tuesday morning, this is late Monday night. We posted on our video last night, the level to watch was 3240.50, 3240.50. And I'll show you why we pointed out that level last night in just a minute. So you had a little overshoot and then splat. Algo trigger was right here, about 38. Now it got a little choppy today. So the system, the Mercury system went long here and short here. Now the system will never get you short at a worse price. In other words, it's not going to get you long here and then figure out down here, oops, we were wrong. Now you want to go short after you had a loss. The automated algo does not do that. It has never done that, ever. In over a year of testing, it has never done that. So if it goes long and it flips short, the short is going to trigger at a higher price. If it's short and it flips long, the long is going to come at a lower price. All right. Now, what you had today was important, and I mentioned this to our subscribers today. We have a Slack channel where we post all the charts. We've got a live chart on Zoom, and this is just one example. It's got a ton of metrics on it. This is what you see all day long, tick by tick, on your screen. But all you need is a free Zoom account, and you can watch that all day long. You can watch it all night long. All right. So you see this information live. I pointed out to our subscribers this afternoon. Anytime you get what I call a fast flip in the algo, meaning within just a couple hours, it flips either from long to short or flips from short to long, either way. When that happens in a couple hours, you got to get out of the way because that second directional movement, in this case, it flipped from long to short in a couple hours, it's going to run. Why? Because the system was purposely designed to catch bull traps and bear traps. So you get everybody leaning the wrong way. Everybody thinks this is going to be the big one. No, it's not. And so within a couple hours, the automated algo flipped from long to short. Get out of the way. And so here in just the last hour, a couple hours of trading, you had a high of 32.36 and change, and you came down here and did 32.08, 32.07. Now, why did we mention that this level up at 3240.50 was a big deal? Well, let's show you. If you watched last night's video, you know why. Our algorithmic regression lines, this is a proprietary algo, the Mercury algo regression lines. These aren't the same thing that you get in a canned charting package or you get from your broker. I have no idea how their systems draw the regression lines, but it's garbage. But you know, you get 1,000 canned indicators for free. I mean, what do you expect? So these are the regression lines. and price will fight over these until it releases. And there are times when it just comes up and immediately does an about face. You can see that here, here, down here, and here, just had one little bar above. So they're very binary. Either price completely rejects, either the regression line, either completely rejects price and redirects it in the other direction, or price will fight over it like you had here, and then it releases, okay? Now, the third derivative of these regression lines is what I call a vector. And a vector is simply a point at which two different regression lines intersect. And then you take the point of that intersection, and that's the important price level. So we put this out, I put this out last Thursday, that the key level was 32.6275. Because if that broke, it not only means that price had failed on a move up into this regression line, but this whole vector failed, all right? Now, last night, if you watched last night's video, I mentioned that you've got another vector down here at 32.4050, and literally, while I was recording the video last night, it came right up into it. I mean, literally in real time, right at the end of the video. That was the last point I wanted to mention last night. And I mean, it was like sent from heaven, perfect timing. When we got to the point of the video where I was going to share that with you, boom, right there. Now, what happened after it came up here to that Mercury vector at 32.4050? Chart 4. Same thing as chart 3. Let's try chart 5. There we go. Okay. So here's that vector at 32.4050. So just because there's a vector there doesn't mean it has to stop dead in its tracks. But notice what happened as price inched a little bit above this vector at 32.4050. Where did it stop? Regression line. Right there. And then it reversed. I was long up in here. I took the trade-off in pieces this morning. And, you know, it was, how many handles was that trade? I think on a 3 lot, it was like, I don't know, 40 some odd handles. All right, next slide. It's the same slide, Mark. All right, so this is a little bit more detail on the chart that I showed you before. So here's the first screen. This is what we're looking at in the beginning. All right, here's your NQ. Nailed the high, nailed the low. But you don't have to figure out when to get long or when to get short, because, go away, the algo does that for you. So the algo triggered short on NQ 10,702 Tuesday morning. Now, that occurred at about 3 a.m. right after the European market opened. The European market opened, you had a little pop, a couple of handles, and then splat. Now, the cool thing about the way the algo is engineered, it's designed to give you second, third, fourth opportunities. So if you're not trading at 3 a.m. Eastern time in the US when the European market opens, look at how many chances you had on failed back tests. Right there, moving back up to the oscillator, here, 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 failure at that oscillator, the white one, and here. Now, let me point out that the price movement, the range, from Monday's high of 10,758 to Tuesday's low of 10,514 is 243 points in NASDAQ. Our algo released on Sunday, right here, nailed the high and the low. One handle within one handle on the low, less than one handle, less than 1 point on the high. Now, this is a close-up of what we showed you earlier, the daily bull bear pivot for NASDAQ futures for today. And you can see how precise this obeys this bull bear pivot. I mean, like I said, it ain't rocket surgery. Actually, it is. Truth be known, this is astrophysics, gang. If you've studied the planets and you know the right metrics of the planets to apply, Sun, Mercury, Earth, all these other different metrics, this is what you get. The math that you're looking at in this system is no less profound than the Fibonacci sequence. And it may take me 20 years to get enough people to see this. I'm 57, maybe by the time I'm 100. But we do this day after day after day after day after day. And at some point, you have to look at this stuff and say, all right, nobody can be that lucky. There has to be something inherent in nature that does this day after day after day. Go back and read Tesla's work. Tesla knew what the numbers were. W.D. Gann knew what the numbers were. But Tesla and Gann aren't here right now. And we give this information to you every single day. If you haven't been to our website, mercurysignals.com, do yourself a favor, check it out. Mercurysignals.com, we got charts. There are literally hundreds of examples. A lot of them we put right here on the homepage. But if you want a day-by-day example, just go to the chart of the day. Every day we put one or two charts there. And we'll get an annoying pop-up here in just a minute. So you'll see all these charts day after day after day after day after day after day after day. Every day. Our stuff does this. Every day. Mercurysignals.com. I do not know how much longer the prices are going to be at the current level. If you go to the website, you go to the checkout page. When you get to the checkout page where it asks for your name and email and so forth, put in the code 40, just 40, and it'll take $40 off your first subscription. We do not raise rates once you're a member. So you can be a member as long as you want. There are no contracts, but we don't raise rates. Now, rates are going to go up in the future, but your rate never goes up from whatever it was at the time you got it. And coming into August, there may or may not be a rate increase. I don't make that decision, and so I do not know for certain. But take a look at what we do. And we don't bill you monthly either. We bill bi-weekly, every 2 weeks, every 14 days. So you don't like what we do, you're not even paying for a full month. And on those first 2 weeks, we take $40 off, so it's ridiculously low. It's absurd. Stupidly inexpensive for what we give you. There are institutions that spent millions and millions, tens of millions of dollars to develop the same things we give you every day. And you cannot trade these markets if you don't know what their algorithms are doing, because they will take your money day after day after day after day. These little things, like you see, I'll show you an example. This is what I call an algo hook. This is programmed into the system to run stops. Now, they know this level's up here, but you don't, unless you're a subscriber or you find somebody else that has this type of information, and I haven't seen it anywhere, any place on the internet. But this is what's called an algo hook. You come up here, you come down, people think this is the time to get short. They get their stops run. Comes down here a little bit, and they get short, and then boom, and there it is. And it's a little hook. I call it an algo hook because they suck everybody in and does this little dipsy-do up and down and does the same thing on the bottom day after day after day. So again, we really would appreciate it if y'all would forward these to your friends, post them on the internet, get them out on Twitter, on Facebook, whatever social media outlets you like to use, because I don't know how much longer you're even going to see these on YouTube. We're getting stuff pulled from Twitter, and we don't ever post anything political. We don't post anything about anything that's going on in the country or any geopolitical events. We don't talk about that at all, ever. We don't do it on our website. We don't do it on our Twitter feed. We don't do it on this YouTube channel. So why is our stuff getting suppressed? Well, I think after seeing this, day after day after day. And if you go to our website, you'll see hundreds of examples of how we show you every single day before it happens what the machines are going to do, when they're going to do it. And on our live chart, when I'm on the mic pretty much constantly during the day, I describe to you in real time what they're doing, how they're doing it, why they're doing it. So again, our contact information, website's mercurysignals.com. Here's our Twitter info. And if you want to send me an email directly, I respond to every email. I get to them as fast as I can. I will respond to your email. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless your family. If we can help you with anything, let us know. We hope to see you again tomorrow.